TOTDIS.
Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2520, with the release date of Friday, February 13th, 2026, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Kenya becomes the only African nation hosting astronaut ham radio contacts. Shortwave service delivers news to Iran. And transmitter-wearing birds in give lessons in survival. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2520 comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now reporting from Charleston, West Virginia, here's Jim Dameron in a TMW. In this week's top story, the African nation of Kenya takes a big leap forward as amateur radio and space converge formally in the months ahead. Kenya has become part of ERIS, amateur radio on the International Space Station. Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, brings us the details.
The Kenya Space Agency has announced that students, professionals, and others will have the opportunity to communicate live over amateur radio with astronauts aboard the ISS. Kenya has become the only African nation chosen to participate in the program. Astronaut contacts are expected to take place between July and December. The country's selection comes as it deepens its commitment to providing greater STEM education. The nation has been encouraging space science studies and innovation through efforts such as the Kenya National Science Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Learning Ecosystem. This national emphasis is a major part of Vision 2030, a development initiative to industrialize and raise the quality of life in Kenya. In preparation for ARIS participation, Kenya's Space Agency and the Pan-African Citizen Science E-Laboratory will collaborate on public outreach, technical coordination, and of course, the selection of schools and other educational institutions. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
Shortwave radio, so valued as a carrier of critical information at various times in the world's history, has been declining. The BBC, however, has brought back an emergency shortwave radio service to deliver programming to Iran. Graham Kemp, VK4BB, has those details.
The turmoil in Iran that led to an information blackout in that nation has prompted the BBC to launch a temporary shortwave radio service for listeners there. Medium and shortwave frequencies have been carrying programs each day starting at 16:30 UTC. The content includes news and analysis relevant to Iran and provides a global perspective. In announcing the service, the BBC said this was part of its tradition of providing crisis broadcasting, adding that its broadcasts will remain on the air until the end of March. Half-hour programming is broadcast starting at 16:30 UTC on both 702 kHz and 9465 kHz. Then repeated starting at 1800 hours UTC on both 702 kHz and 5935 kHz. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
Victory was never sweeter for a ham in Scotland who has successfully appealed the local planner's rejection of his tower plans. We learn more from Jeremy Booth, G4NJH.
The foundations dug and the concrete base with anchor bolts installed
The greatest obstacle facing John Grieve, GM3 RTI's tower project, has been the Scottish winter weather. John needs to proceed slowly with pulleys, wire ropes and other work, but it was only a few months ago that he could not proceed at all. Despite supporting statements from neighbours and the Radio Society of Great Britain, the local Perth and Kinross Council rejected John's planning application for the tilt-over telescoping structure in the garden behind his home in the village of Inchture. It was to have had an operating height of 15 metres or 50 feet. John told Newsline that he'd had little opportunity to communicate directly with the council beforehand. The rejection stated that the project would, quote, have a detrimental impact on the character and environmental quality of the application, property and the surrounding area, unquote. John, who's also an RSGB Region 2 representative, contacted the RSGB Planning Advisory Committee for an appeal in October. In mid-December 2025, he received a 10-year approval. John also gained enthusiastic support on social media. An update on the RSGB's Facebook page reached more than 35,000 supporters in just a few days, according to Society spokeswoman Heather Parsons, M7OWS. Now, if only John could similarly appeal against the Scottish winter weather. This is Jeremy Bucci for NJH.
In the U.S., the state of New Hampshire is poised to approve amateur radio license plates for vehicles registered to hams. Cell Envy, KB3TZD, has that story.
Amateur radio operators in New Hampshire are eagerly awaiting the passage of a measure by their state lawmakers to create a new vanity license plate type for motor vehicles that clearly identifies the owner of the vehicle to be an amateur radio operator. A public hearing was held last month on the House bill, which would authorize the creation of vanity license plates and decals that identify amateur radio operators by their Federal Communications Commission call sign. If the owner chooses not to display their call sign, they may use a standard issue plate featuring a lightning bolt symbol to indicate their status as a licensed amateur radio operator. If lawmakers approve the bill, it would still need the signature of Governor Kelly Ayotte before becoming law. Governor Ayotte has shown support of ham radio, proclaiming June of last year Amateur Radio Month in recognition of radio operators' important roles in public service and emergency communications. This is Salembi, KB3TZD.
People in or near central Texas who rely on GPS received a warning from the U.S. military base at Fort Hood that wide-ranging GPS tests there might cause interference with their own personal devices. Kevin Trotman, N5PRE, picks up the story from here.
Farmers, pilots, and smartphone users, and anyone else who relies on GPS to get from here to there have been paying close attention to an alert from the U.S. military base at Fort Hood in Texas. The announcement said that throughout February, the region that includes Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and even Oklahoma City could experience interference and disruptions. The final rounds of testing are to be held on Friday the 13th and 14th from 3 to 5 a.m. local time and resuming nightly from February 15th through the 22nd. The final testing period is from February 23rd through the 27th. This is Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the W3FDK repeater in Frederick, Maryland, and the Echolink node N3RO-L on Thursdays at 7 p.m. local time, followed by the weekly Weather Net. Proud to have operating licenses as advanced class hams, a friendly group meets a few times a week on 20 meters. Others are welcome, too, as we hear from Travis Lisk, N3ILS.
The A13 Advanced Class Preservation Society is more than a gathering of friends. It is a circle of amateur radio operators who celebrate their status as the last holders of a class of license the Federal Communications Commission stopped granting nearly 26 years ago. The holders of these licenses, which are still renewable indefinitely, created the society in 2020 as a welcoming place. It became the home of a rag-chew net that operates on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on 14.213 megahertz at 1700 UTC, with Scott Ensley, W5HVO, as primary net control. Although 445 hams hold numbered certificates of membership in this group, they extend a welcome to any advanced and extra-class operators, as well as DX hams who would like to check in. The elimination of the advanced class license was undertaken as a streamlining move, an action that created a 3-license system that also removed the entry-level novice class. This is Travis Lisk, N3 ILS.
Some new elements have been introduced into the Radio Society of Great Britain's annual construction competition. Jeremy Booth, G4NJH, explains what's different.
As in previous years, the RSGB's construction competition has 6 categories which emphasize the hands-on building and designing of projects, activities that are rooted deeply in amateur radio. Organizers have introduced a new category this year, Reimagination, which still draws its challenges from radio, but produces projects with an appeal to non-amateurs, such as individuals in the maker community. The Society hopes that these innovative entries will shine even more of a spotlight on what ham radio is all about. This is an international competition. Entries can be from anywhere in the world, but competitors must belong to the RSGB. The deadline for entries is the 1st of March. For details on how to enter and for a list of the other 6 categories, visit rsgb.org and search for Construction Competition. This is Jeremy Booth, G4NJH.
In the world of DX, HEDA J01CRA/JR6 will be on the air from the Yayama Islands, IOTA number AS024, from the 17th through to the 21st of February. He'll be operating mainly on CW and FT8 on 40, 30, 20, 17, 10, and 6 meters. Listen for a team of operators with the call sign T45FM on the air using CW, SSB, FT8, and FT4 from the lighthouse at Punta Maya, Cuba, IOTA number NA015. They'll be active from the 20th to the 22nd of February during the American Lighthouses Weekend. 3 special call signs will be on the air for several weeks, marking a half-century of German research in Antarctica. Listen for DA0ANT, DM50ANT, and DP50ANT from the 15th of February through to the 30th of April. Omar, DK1CE, is calling QRZ as TZ1CE from Bamako, Mali, until the 1st of March. Listen for him operating mainly on SSB and FT8. His main focus will be FT8 on 160 meters, 80 meters, and 6 meters. See QRZ.com for QSL information and other operating details for these stations. As anyone who has ever worked a satellite, or does so regularly, working these birds, as they are known, has its rewards. A group of researchers in Australia has also been working the birds, a species known as a white-backed swallow, using temperature-sensing radio transmitters. They've received some great results, as we hear from John Williams, VK4JJW.
No matter which hemisphere you live in, no doubt this year has already shaped up to be a time of weather extremes. Wherever you are, you have a lot in common with the white-backed swallow, a prevalent species here in Australia with the very uncommon ability to survive despite freezing temperatures to blasting heat. We're talking about as much as 50 degrees Celsius. That's 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And we Australians especially can relate. To learn how the birds survive, researchers in Central Australia's Sturt National Park outfitted some of them with tiny transmitters. This was not an avian parks on the air. This was a research project to monitor the birds' physiological responses through biologging, a way to record and transmit their body temperatures changes as the birds slept in their burrows at night. The result? a highly successful work all states of bird physiology. The collected data confirmed the scientists' theory that a deep torpor, an essential near shutdown of metabolism, heart rate, and breathing, was essential for these birds, just as for some other bird species, such as the tiny hummingbirds in some regions of the world. The results were recently published in the journal Current Biology. The scientists called the transmitters key to their findings because data could be gathered in the wild instead of an artificial setting, such as a laboratory. Hams, of course, would not be surprised at radio's reliability. After all, the researchers had created a reverse beak network. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
Newsline wishes to thank all the listeners who did their creative best to meet our haiku challenge each week. We're taking a break now and hope you'll use the extra time to check your SWR, chase a DXpedition, or install new logging software. Thanks for making it fun, and don't forget to visit our website at arnewsline.org to see some of the past winners. With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AMSAT News Service, TheConversation.com, David Behar, K7DB, FAA, FCC, 425DX Bulletin, John Grieve, GM3RTI, Kenya Space Agency, KXXV-TV, QRZ.com Forums, Radio Society of Great Britain, shortwaveradio.de, space.com, Wireless Institute of Australia, and you, our listeners, that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Jim Dameron, NATNW in Charleston, West Virginia, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. We wish all our listeners the very best for the year ahead in 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This is KD8SLG. We're a little under 13 minutes away from the start of the Club Net at the top of the hour. Everyone's welcome to stick around or come back. See you then. It's KD8SLG clear.
W8WKY.
T-O-T-E-N-A. T-O-T-E-N-A. The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
KD8SLG. We're about 4 minutes out from the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. Just wanted to jump on and let you know there is a NetLogger session open for those of you who like to play along at home. KD8SLG, clear until net.
chunking a repeater is illegal transmission. Kilo Echo 8 Golf Kilo Oscar.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
QST. Calling all amateurs to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday night Club Net. Right here on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset, and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. We meet here every Tuesday night. We pal around, have a few laughs. We got a trivia question coming up next, and a couple of announcements before we get started. This is a controlled net. All traffic should pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf KD8 SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo. For the duration of this net, I'll be using the club call of W8WKY. We'll take a couple rounds of in and out check-ins, then we'll take a couple rounds of regular check-ins, then we'll do our trivia. That's the way it's going to work. First, I got a couple of quick announcements. Dues are due. Yes, it's that time of the year. Our membership year goes April 1st through March 31st. So this is the Renew Your Membership Drive time of the year. It's pretty easy. Get on the website and take care of it. Or you can come to the club meeting, pay in person. Speaking of meetings, we have a meeting this week, this Thursday, February 19th, 7 o'clock, same bat place, same bat channel, the Aries Lodge. 7 o'clock, and of course some of us will be meeting at Casa Nuestra for some Mexican food at 5 o'clock beforehand. All are welcome. Scott Yonley is going to be talking this week about the ARRL, and then we're going to have nominations for officers, because it's that time of the year as well. We'll have elections then in March. And on February 28th, we have a class called I Have My License Now What? This is not an exam class, but this is for people who already have their license, new hams, and they've got their license. Now what are they going to do? And that's on February 28th, I believe at 10 a.m. in Rittman Wayne Library. There's a sign up for that on the website as well as a place to pre-ask questions if you'd like. So there's that. Before I get this thing started, are there any other announcements for the good of the cause? This is Chance, WKY. I'm listening. All right, nothing heard there. As a reminder, this is a controlled net. All traffic should pass through net control. When checking in, please give me your call sign, phonetically, alphanumerically, your name and location. give me enough time to type you into the computer. And we're going to start tonight by taking in and out check-ins only. But first, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Emergency or priority traffic right now, please call. All right, nothing heard there. That's a good thing. If there is emergency traffic during the net, just say break, or get my attention somehow. We'll slow things down and see what we can do to help you out. With all that being said, this is W8WKY looking for in and out check-ins for the Sarah Clubnet. I'm listening.
KD8SLG for W8WKY. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K, Phil in Canal Fulton. Hello, Nick, and have a wonderful and happy net tonight. And I'm going to be on the side getting some rest and take care of myself. Thank you. WWKY, Nick, have a good night. WV3K, back to you.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 TLB, on Rittman. Randy, I'll be in and out. 73, God bless everyone.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Delta Echo, Pat in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, India Mike Echo, David Sterling in and out.
Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Quebec. Jim, I'll be in and out tonight, Nick.
N8MWS in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Bravo, Quebec, KF8Q, Mike in Grove City, and I'm going to be in and out. This is my first time here, so I'm going to listen to this and handle this level of trivia. All right, this is WWKY, Nick here. I picked up WV3K Phil, KE8TLB Randy, KF8EDE Pat, KE8IME David was in and out, KD8SQ Jim, KF8EBQ, I got you in there as well. I know I missed somebody kind of keyed up over you right after KD8SQ there. Who did I miss?
Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Mike, KP8 BHM, Tommy Green in and out.
November 8, Mike Whiskey Sierra in and out. Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike, Carry at Portage Lakes in and out.
All right, we picked up a couple extras there. N8MWS, Pete, I got you. W8CTM, Carrie, I got you. The one I was looking for, I think, was KB8BHM. Is that right? It's not resolving for me.
Correct, that's it. Roger, roger.
All right, one more round here for in and out check-ins, please. This is W8WKY listening.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet November Hotel, Doug and Rittman, in and out.
All right, we added KE8JNH, Doug, in there. Thanks for stopping by, Doug. Have a great night. All right, let's do some regular check-ins here so we can get the real party started. It's W8WKY taking regular check-ins. I'm listening.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8, Golf Kilo Oscar, Jody in Lafayette.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Papa, KF8 DTP, Lori Maslin.
November Tango 8 Delta NT8D Dave in Copley.
KE8QFT Fred in Medina.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB John in Massillon.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Oscar X-Ray KE8 VOX Scott in Vermilion.
Kilo Alpha 8 Lima Yankee Juliet KA8 LYJ Bob in the Magic City.
This is WO3X Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray John in Cuyahoga Falls.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Quebec X-Ray KE8VQX Joe in Akron.
W8WKY, this is K4OG Mark in Copley.
804SSH David Maslin.
Alpha 8, Charlie Tango, AA8CT, Craig, Shreve.
Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. This is Gary in Fairlawn, AA8CF.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry in Shreve.
All right, let me pick it up there, guys. That was a fabulous, orderly line of check-ins. Let me tell you who I got. We'll see who I missed. We got KE8GKO Jody, KF8DTP Lori, KE8UIB John. I took the liberties of putting you up there with Lori. NTAD Dave, KE8QFT Uncle Fred, KE8VOX Scott, KE8LYJ Bob, WO3X John, KE8VQX Joe, K4OG Mark, KO4FSH Dave, AA8CT Craig, AA8CS President Gary, and KC8HDP. That's who I got so far. Who else wants to play trivia tonight? It's W8WKY. I'm listening.
Whiskey 2, Juliet, Lima, Sierra, John W2JLS out here in Fairlawn.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha KE8VZA Eric in Strongsville.
All right, we picked up a few more there. We got KC8HDP, Jerry down in Shreve. Hi, Jerry. KE8MNT, Tom contacted me in NetLogger. He's in and out tonight. Thanks for stopping by, Tom. W2JLS, my brother from another mother. I got you in there. And KE8VZA, Eric, good to hear you tonight, buddy. All right. That's a pretty good start to a net. I'll do one more try just in case there are any timid key-ups out there. It's W8WKY. I'm listening.
W8WKY.
All right, fine business. Sounds like we got everybody. So, here's tonight's trivia question. I figured since the Olympics were going on, we'd do something in that vein. And for those of you who've been listening in the mornings, I'm kind of fond of curling. So here we go. Athletes often have specialized equipment or apparel to make them run, swim, skate, or ski their best, but curling takes things to another level. Curling rocks, as the round, roughly 40-pound stones are called, only come from 2 places on the planet. Choose 2. Your choices are Alpha, Canada, Bravo, Norway, Charlie, Scotland, or Delta, Wales. Once again, athletes often have specialized equipment or apparel to make them run, swim, skate, or ski their best, but curling takes things to another level. Curling rocks, as the round, roughly 40-pound stones are called, only come from 2 places on the planet. Choose 2. Your choices are Alpha, Canada, Bravo, Norway, Charlie, Scotland, or Delta, Wales. There's tonight's question. It'll be posted in the blue screen for you guys. We're going to start with Jody tonight. KE8GKO, long time no see, Jody. How you doing? And what do you got for us tonight? And what's your answer to the trivia question? Go.
Good evening, Nick, and thanks for picking me up there, and I'm glad I got through. My SWR is a little high. I don't know why, about 3, so I'll make it short and quick and short. Of course, I always got to put a plug in there for 220. We're going headstrong on the 224860 repeater. Also, don't forget the one down there in gosh, I'm going to forget the name of it now. So it's close to the headquarters there for W8WKY down there, and we've got about 200 220 repeaters in the 70 to 100 mile range, and let's keep it going for 220. And besides that, I think I'm going to go with C and D, since they're both over there, and I think that they got lots of stones. That would be good for curling. So hopefully that's what we'll see. But come see us on 220. Don't forget NORA220.org is the website, and you kind of get an idea of all the repeaters in the area, and everybody who has 220 is actually listed in there. So with that, back to net control, KE8GKO.
Hey, Jody, I had a little blip there exactly when you told people where to look for that. I believe you said NORA, but could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, that is NORA220.org at Northern Ohio Radioactive 220. So NORA220.org is the website, and we've got all the repeaters listed there, all the details, and basically everybody that I've ever talked to and other people have talked to, I've been on almost all the repeaters myself. So with a 14-element 220 antenna, I can kind of catch everybody. Back to you, Nick, KE8GKO.
Thanks, Jody. I didn't want anyone to miss the opportunity to get that. I got you down for Charlie and Delta tonight. Charlie and Delta. Thanks, Jody. Good talking to you. We're going to clear with KE8GKO. Let's go to Lori in Massillon. KF8DTP. This is W8WKY. How are you tonight, Lori? And what are your answers for tonight?
W8WKY from KF8DTP. Oh, I'm doing pretty good tonight, Nick. I was off work today, so yeah, I'm doing fabulous. And my answers, I'm just going to go with Alpha and Bravo and see where that takes me. I'm not real sure. I haven't been following up on the Olympics, so. But I do have a little bit of some information. I can't get my words out. John and I are hosting the Maslin Net tonight, Friday night. So John and I are hosting the Maslin Net Friday night, and we're doing it from the Club Shack. So if anybody wants to come down and check the Club Shack out, it's at 127 Cherry Road, Maslin, Ohio, 44646. And if you would rather just listen to it on the net, the it is 147.180 with a positive offset with a 110.9 PL tone. So, give me one sec. All right, so that being said, come on down. We'll be down at the shack at 7 o'clock Friday night. So anybody wants to come down and watch John and I make a mess of the net, come on down because we're pretty good at it. And net starts at 8, but we'll be there at 7. With that, this is KF8 DTP, and I'll be clear.
I got you down for Alpha and Bravo. Lori, I got to ask you, if I'm there with you and John, will I be giggling the whole time too?
You'll probably be on the floor rolling. I mean, because we really do have a blast when we're doing the net. You have no idea. It can be very interesting with John and I. We mess it up all the time.
Oh, going sideways is what makes it fun. And I can actually hit you guys' repeater, W8MP, from down the farm here. So I'll make a point of trying to get in there and talk to you guys Friday night on RF. That'll be fun. Thanks, Lori. You want to hand the microphone over to John. He's going to be up next. We're going to clear with KF8 DTV, and let's talk to John, KE8UIB. This is W8WKY. Go, John.
W8WKY from KE8UIB. Good evening, Nick, everybody out there on the net. Oh, let me see. I'm doing the weekly, going back and forth with Mom and Dad here, and my mom and I, we are going to go with Alpha and Bravo. My dad, on the other hand, somebody has to be complicated. He wants to go with Delta and Bravo. And let me see. It's been a pretty good day today. Yeah, Lori got the day off. I had to work. But on a positive note, on the ride home tonight, we got to play some Simplex, so that was really cool. And we got to do it with another ham, a KF8HAK Dell up in Louisville. So that was a nice QSL on the way home and stuff. And that was really, cool time. So, hey, that made for some good radio, and that made for a good travel home and a good day. And then I get to do all my Tuesday night nets, so that makes it even better. And thank you for hosting the net tonight, Nick. It's always great when you're driving the bus. And me and Lori, we sure do laugh a lot, that is for sure. But with that, you guys, that's how you got to live that $5 dream a nickel at a time. This is KE8UIB. I'll hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all.
Fine business, John. Simplex is always fun on the way home. I have fun talking to you guys a couple of times in the afternoon, too. A little ride time thing's fun. Got you down for Alpha Bravo, and Bravo Delta. All right. Thanks, John. Probably hear you in the morning. If not, listen for me Friday night. See if you can make a meeting Thursday. We're going to clear with KE8UIB. Let's go to Copley and talk to Dave. NT8D, this is W8WKY. What's your answer to tonight's trivia question, Dave? And what else you got?
Howdy there, Nick. All the check-ins, all the listeners. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, warm midwinter break. Man, this is gorgeous. I'm loving it. I know it's not going to last forever, but, made me think of my favorite book of all time. The title is Chaos, Making a New Science, and the author is James Gleick. It's the best book I've ever read in my life, honestly. Anyways, I thought your question was going to be about shoes, Nick. Walking on that slippery ice. But they do it. I know that there's one kind of granite that's used for the main part of the curling of the stone so it can bounce against the other stones, but there's a different kind of granite that's used on the bottom of the stone to make it slide correctly. So I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta. Let me get a quick beep. I'm going to do my my very, very best, and I'm planning 99.999%. I'm going to go Q4 here to be there for the meeting. Whoever's there early, let's talk about the fox hunt. Who wants to be the fox, and what date we might want to do it, and we might be able to come up with something that we could announce at the meeting, possibly. So those who are interested in the fox hunt, let's try to get together on Thursday and get things started to get together. So that's what I would like to ask. Back to you there, Nick. WAWKY. Thanks for doing the net tonight. And that was a nice trivia question. I've been watching the curling stuff too. NTAD.
NTAD, WAWKY. I got you down for Charlie and Delta, Dave. And yeah, that's pretty much, I think I've watched 2 or 3 matches. That's it. But I've been following some of the highlights. It's been very fun. And Broomgate, I don't know if anybody's read about that, but controversy, Olympic controversy about curling. Think about it. And that's a great idea about narrowing down and setting a date for Thursday night. I think it's a great idea, Dave. See if we can get a few people in there. Thanks, man. We'll see you then. We're going to clear with NT8D. You're listening to the W8WKY repeater. This is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. I'm W8WKY, Nick, and next on the list tonight we've got Uncle Fred, KE8QFT. This is W8WKY. Uncle Fred, what are your answers to tonight's trivia question, and what do you got to share with us?
Well, my answer to trivia would be Charlie and Delta, C and D. I'm watching this Olympic team speed skating. I really don't know how it works. They got, because I got the sound muted also. 2 teams of 3 guys each. And it's called Speed Skating Team Pursuit. I just don't understand how this one works, but it's pretty cool, you know. I often wonder what happens, you know, like when you see the guy and the gal doing the figure skating and that, and how he grabs a hold of the girl and swings her around, and what would happen if either he let go or just, you know, happened to lose contact with her? I think it'd be pretty cool, kind of. See her flying up in the stands, as long as no one got hurt. Anyhow, this is KE8QFT. Back to net control.
Fred, it sounds like you're interested in the bloopers reel, or the early on practice sessions. Got you down for Charlie and Delta tonight, Fred. Good talking to you. You have a great night. We're going to clear with KE8QFT. Let's go up to the North Shore and talk to Scott, KE8BOX, W8WKY. How are you, Scott? What's your answer tonight? What do you got for us?
Hey, good evening, Nick. Good evening, all listeners. KE8VOX, Scott up here in Vermilion. Well, I don't have a clue. I know Canada's got a lot of rocks. I thought Wales had coal. Norway's got fjords, so I went with my uncle's initials, Alpha and Charlie. So that's my answer to trivia. And I've just been fooling around tonight. Got my screwdriver antenna all programmed up, the memory's programmed up, so now it's pretty much fully automatic, which is kind of nice when you can't multitask very good like me. So a lot of fun doing that, and beautiful day up here on the lake shore, and had a great family lunch. Didn't realize it was Fat Tuesday until after we went to a Mexican restaurant, and I had chicken fajitas, so hey, it was pretty good. I had to come home, take a little nap that lasted a little too long, and now I'm wide awake and ready to play radio, I guess. I don't know. But that's all I got, Nick. Thanks for doing the net, and thanks for getting me in. W8 WKY, KE8 VOX.
KE8 VOX, WKY. Got you down for AC. Uncle Charlie. Got you in there. I think George Washington's brother was named Lawrence. Uncle Lawrence just doesn't have the same ring as Uncle Sam, does it? AC for Uncle Charlie. Good talking to you, Scott. We'll talk to you in the morning, I betcha. Going to clear with KE8 VOX. Let's talk to Bob. KE8 LYJ, what's your answer tonight, Bob? And you got anything to share with the group?
W8 WKY, this is KA8 LYJ. Good evening, Nick. Good evening, group. I took notice right away that it was both Chinese New Year and Mardi Gras, so I ordered lo mein and dumplings to be delivered while I listened to Zydeco and jazz and Dixieland Jazz on the smart speaker. So spent a multicultural afternoon. As far as the answer to the trivia, I am going to go with Alpha and Charlie. And looking forward to the meeting, and so is Lily. She's counting off the days, her mother said. KA8 LYJ.
Well, then Lily knows we're down to 2 days. KE8 LYJ, WKY. I got you for Alpha and Charlie. That's Canada and Scotland. All right. Yeah, you'd had a very diverse afternoon, it sounds. Mixing up your cultures. Sounds great, Bob. We'll see you Thursday. Going to clear with KE8 LYJ. Let's go to Cuyahoga Falls and talk to John. WO3X. This is W8WKY. How are you, John? What's your answer? What do you want to share tonight?
W8WKY. This is WO3X. Good evening to you, Nick, and all on the net. Let's see. For the trivia question, before anybody started giving their answers, I already chose in my mind Charlie and Delta, so it seems that maybe some people were somehow reading my mind. So that's what's going on about that. Let's see. The past several days, I was able to change the memory battery in my Yaesu FT100D. Because the reason I changed it is because I bought the radio used about 10 years ago, maybe more, and I don't know how old it was before that. So I measured the battery that was in there, and it was 3.07 volts, which I guess was still okay. But I don't know how quick they start to go down when they start to go down. So I changed that, and then so the new battery is 3.7, and so I was able to figure out how to program it, and found out why it doesn't communicate with the computer in the logging program, and all it is, it just have to get out of memory and press the memory VFO button so that you're in VFO, and then it communicates with the logging program. So let's see. Yeah, so that's it. Oh yeah, now I'm going to have my antenna pointed straight south for Friday evening there at 8 p.m. This is WO3X, back to the net.
W3X, W8WKY. I'm glad you got that worked out, John. I know you've been talking about it for a while, and glad you got it figured out and all working to your specs. That should make things much easier for you when you're playing radio. Got you down for Charlie and Delta tonight. Great talking to you, John. We're going to clear WO3X, and let's talk to Joe, KE8VQX, W8WKY. What's going on, Joe? What's your answer?
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Good evening, Nick. Nice to hear you. Nice to talk to you, and nice to hear everyone else, too. Let's see, for trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta. I think I just saw a YouTube video on this, or at least on part of the answer there. Let's see what else is going on. Took advantage of the nice weather and a couple days off from flying airplanes to fly an airplane. I pulled the little airplane out of the hangar and exercised that for an hour or so today, so that was good. It's amazing how much airplanes really hate sitting. Little nitnoid things pop up left and right. Still safe, but yeah, now some things need fixing. Then I came home and got in the mail, I got my 80-meter extension from the ARRL for my ARRL end-fed half-wave that I put together a couple of years ago. So now maybe I can do some 80 meters if I don't screw it up. Anyway, thanks for getting me in there, Nick. Yeah, Charlie and Delta, and we'll talk to you again sometime, hopefully. This is KE8VQX, back to W8WKY.
KE8VQX, W8WKY. Joe, I'm sitting here, I can't wipe the smile off my face, because I know you fly those really big ones. You get a couple of days off, and you come home and fly the little one. And it is amazing how things just stop working when they aren't being used or just get finicky and weird. A bunch of my radios I haven't used much. And, yeah, you pick them up and get started, and things are just not there. Keyboards especially. I've still got sticky keys on keyboard because I didn't use it for almost a year when my foot was broken. That blows my mind. Got you down for Charlie and Delta. And, it's funny when you go into rabbit holes like curling and end up on YouTube and other places looking for things. That's what happened to me. We're going to clear with KE8VQX. You're listening to the W8WKY repeater. This is Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. I am Nick, W8WKY tonight. And next on the list we got K4OG, the original gangsta. How are you, Mark? What do you got for us, and what's your answer to the trivia question?
W8WKY. KD8SLG, K4OG. Good evening, everyone. Well, I'm into all sorts of different platforms. I hope I'm not messing up the club roster, but in Chrome, it wasn't viewing to my satisfaction, so I've been reformatting it. It looks fine in, that other browser, Firefox. So, don't know what's going on there, but I'm straightening it out on my end. Hopefully it's not affecting others. Dues are due. And I appreciate everyone that's come forth already. I think I knocked out about 30 renewals between yesterday and today. So, keep them coming. The other platform is a 3D printer. I realized I got to modify somebody's STL file. Now I'm really deep into it, having to learn something called Blender. And it's not as good as the blender that you put juice in. It's complicated. The answers to the trivia. Well, my initial thought, gut feeling, was Alpha and Bravo. And I did have to go on Google and look where Norway, Wales, and Scotland were, because I was thinking, well, we need a rock over here on this side of the pond, and of course they need a rock supply over on the other side of the pond. But looking at where Scotland, Wales, and Norway was, I don't think that helped me at all. So I'm just picking the bigger of the three, Norway. Alpha and Bravo, that's my answer. K4OG, back to net.
K4OG, W8WKY. You got all kinds of projects going on all the time. I know it, Mark. You work them all out, though. And, yeah, it was good to see all those renewals flooding in, wasn't it? Everybody clicking on PayPal. Got you for Alpha and Bravo tonight for the answers to the trivia questions. Thanks, Mark. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, I bet. K4OG, W8WKY. Thanks, Mark. Let's go to Maslin. David's up next. KO4FSH. This is W8WKY. How are you tonight, Dave? What's your answer to the trivia question, and what do you want to throw at us?
W8WKO4FSH. Been kind of exciting this past week. I recently discovered that I could get out over RF. I've been coming in over Echolink, but I got it's kind of homebrew. I got it off another ham. I think it's a full wave 2-meter antenna. It's about 6.5 feet tall. It's an outdoor antenna I got inside and then running off of a 5-watt Icon V80, and I'm punching out 16.5 miles from my QTH to the Maslin repeater. So it's been interesting, very exciting to discover. And then this week, then my sewer backed up in my basement. That's been a huge thing, and finally got it resolved today. And learned about 2,300 psi water jet thing. And so if you ever got a problem like that, definitely call the folks that got one of those things, and they'll solve your problem pretty quick. As far as my answers, I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta. All right, KO4FSH, back to net.
KO4FSH, W8WKY. Fine business, Dave, on the antenna. You are on RF. I see you still connected on Echolink. Dude, you sound better on RF, I assure you. Yeah, real clean signal coming in. That's awesome. We got you for Charlie and Delta tonight. Good talking to you, Dave. We're going to clear with KO4FSH. Let's go to Shreve. Talk to Craig. AA8CT. This is W8WKY. How are you tonight, Craig? What do you got going on, and what are your answers to the trivia question?
W8WKY. Good evening, Nick. Good to hear you. Both ends of the day, in the morning and in the evening, I tell you. Well, today was an interesting day. When I left to go work out this morning, we had fog in Shreve to the point that it was almost scary. Every time I went to pull out and looked to my right, another set of headlights was peeking out of the fog. We got there safely. When I came home a little after 9:30, it was all clear. And then the temperature went up. What a beautiful day. Actually left the jacket in the truck. And just a shirt, and off I went, and was totally comfortable. So, yeah, what a spoiler. I'm going to use the letters C, Charlie, and Delta as my answer. Have no good reasoning why, other than my name begins with C and my wife's name, Diane, begins with D. So you got CD. So there you have it. With that, I'm going to turn it back to you, to all of the Sarah Nettisons. Look forward to seeing you maybe on Thursday. This is AA8CT, back to W8WKY. Thank you, Nick. It's always good to hear you. Be well, my friend. 73s, and we will catch you down the log.
AA8CT, W8WKY. Got you down for Charlie and Delta, Craig. Thank you very much. And yeah, it was foggy early on this morning. It melted off pretty quick once the sun came up, though. That was pretty nice. And yeah, we can't let these nice temperatures spoil us. Remember what it was like a week or two ago. It's going to come back, I betcha. Good talking to you, Craig. We'll hear you in the morning, I'm sure. Going to clear with AA8CT. Let's go to AA8CS President Gary. How you doing tonight, boss? What do you got for the group, and what's your answer to tonight's trivia question? Go, Gary.
W8WKY.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Well, we'll get to the trivia question right away. Great question, by the way, Nick. I know nothing about curling. As a matter of fact, I thought curling was all about barbells. But, what do I know? Anyway, I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with BC because. And there's my answer. How am I doing? Well, I've had a rough couple days, and right now I'm kind of in bed on Echolink, as you know. I had to go. I had my wife take me to the Crystal Clinic Orthopedic
emergency room today. I did something to my back. I'm not sure what, but it is not playing friendly. So we're got some great drugs, and we'll see how that goes. I totally anticipate being alive, well, and at the meeting on Thursday, only because I have such good drugs, and hopefully they'll do their job. Anyway, that's all I have. 73, everyone. Have just a super evening, and great job, Nick, on the net. And we'll do this again. We'll do this again next week. Yeah, yes, we will. AAHCS, back to net. 73 all.
AAHCS, WWKY. You take care of yourself, Gary. All right, and hope to see you Thursday. We'll talk between now and then, I'm sure. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie tonight. Thanks for grabbing the phone and jumping in here to say hi to us, Gary. It's good talking to you. We're going to clear with AA8CS. We're going to go back to Shreve and talk to Jerry. KC8HDP, this is W8WKY. How are you tonight, Jerry? What do you got going on? What are your answers to the trivia question?
W8WKY and the net. This is KC8HDP. Well, good evening, Nick, and everyone on the net. I'm going to answer the trivia questions. I also am going to go with Bravo and Charlie. I don't know the answers, but we'll just take a guess at those. Let's see. What do I have going on this evening? This net, and then after this net, I'm going to the watch net. So that's my only plans for this evening. Had lunch with the Wayne Aries group today. That's always a good time, and don't really have anything else going on. So I'll send things back to you, Nick. Great job on the net as always. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
KC8HDP, this is W8WKY. I got you down for Bravo and Charlie. Jerry, thank you. And yes, the watch net's at 9 o'clock right after this one. And that's down on the KD8 QGQ repeater in Millersburg, 146670. Negative offset and a PL tone of 71.9. KB8 PXM, Charlie runs a really good net, the watch net at 9 o'clock. That'll be fun. Try to see you there, Jerry. We're going to clear with KC8HDP, K8MNT. Tom was in and out. Thanks for stopping by, Tom. And that takes us back to Fairlawn. W2JLS, my brother from another mother. How are you, John? What's your answer to the trivia, and what do you want to share with us tonight?
KD8SLG. Let me just make sure I'm making it. I tried to check in from the radio room earlier, and I was not heard, and I switched to Echolink.
I'm hearing you, John. I'm hearing you.
All right, thanks a lot. I am back in the radio room. It's nice to know my gear is okay. Things are getting wet and muddy after all that snow and ice. Let me see here. So, I love your trivia question. It reminded me of that movie, Men with Brooms, which, if you haven't seen it, you definitely want to check that out. It's a fun movie. It's all about curling, and it starred a guy called, I want to say his name's Paul Gross. He was also in a series, because I liked him so well in that movie, I looked up his other stuff, and I happened into a Canadian broadcasting company TV series about Shakespeare. It was called Slings and Arrows. Huge fun for me. I enjoyed that series a lot. If you like Shakespeare, it's funny, it's entertaining, and it's built around 3 of the plays largely, but a lot of fun. That series also starred that guy McKinney from Kids in the Hall. I know you know him, so that's fun. My answers to the question tonight are going to be Canada and Scotland. Canada and Scotland. Thanks for having me, Nick. Everybody have a good evening on your ears. From W2JLS.
Men with with brooms. I wrote it down. That sounds like fun. And, yeah, you know I know the kids in the hall. We're good pals. Got you down for Alpha and Charlie tonight. Good talking to John. We're going to have an eyeball QSO coming up pretty soon, I think. Maybe we can meet up during some of the upcoming ham fests as we get into spring. That'd be fun. Thanks for being here, John. We're going to clear W2JLS. Let's go talk to Eric in Strongsville, KE8VZA, W8WKY. How are you tonight, Eric? Fine business Sunday night on the Beacon Net, I got to tell you. And what do you got for us, and what are your answers to trivia tonight?
W8WKY, the net, KE8VZA here. Good to hear you tonight, Nick, and everyone else. Thanks for the flowers there about the Beaconette. What else? Trivia. Before I forget, I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta and roll my dice there. Anyway, I do like curling as well, and I've watched some of the competition here lately with the American team versus a few others, and it's been very cool. Had to look up the scoring. I couldn't remember it, but now I got the scoring pretty much down. And I'm going to have to check out that movie, Men with Brooms, and as well as Broomgate. I pulled it up. I found something to read later. And I think, if there's a Fat Tuesday, why not couch Ash Wednesday with 2 days, like a Fat Tuesday and a Fat Thursday? I'm just going to throw that out there. So, anyway, KE8VZA, thanks for running the net, Nick. Back to you.
KE8VZA, W8WKY. I got you down for Charlie and Delta tonight. Men with Brooms sounds like fun for sure. And, Fat Tuesday, was it Greg on the Boredom Breaker that day was asking everybody what they were doing special for Fat Tuesday. And what I told him was, when every day is a party, Fat Tuesday is just another Tuesday. So there. Thanks, Eric. We'll talk to you later on. I'm going to clear with KE8VZA. This is the W8WKY repeater. You're listening to Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. I am W8WKY Nick tonight. I've got a couple of people on the list here, and I'll see if anybody else is out there. But I picked up KC8FQV, Mark, it's a net now. KF8DTA, Jeff's on there. WB4AIZ down in Florida. I'm going to give him a holler and see if he's paying attention. KC0LRM, Kelly out in Kansas. Got you on the list as well, Kel. Anybody else out there? This is W8WKY. I'm listening. All right, we picked up one there. That's KC8NOV, Marty. It's a rough signal, but I got you out there since nobody was competing with you. I'm going to read the question again real quick for these guys who just joined us, and then we'll finish this thing up in short order. Athletes often have specialized equipment or apparel to make them run, swim, skate, or ski their best, but curling takes things to another level. Curling rocks, as the round, roughly 40-pound stones are called, from 2 places on the planet. Choose 2. Alpha, Canada, Bravo, Norway, Charlie, Scotland, or Delta, Wales. That's tonight's question, guys. Let's grab Mark first. He's up. It's a net now. KC8FQV, this is W8WKY. What are your answers to the trivia, and what do you got for us tonight, Mark?
I'm going to say compact disc, CD, compact disc. Oh yeah, I had nets popping galore. Yeah, there's the Absolute Tech net, but I didn't check in there, but they got a lot of activity on the net logger. And the Five Hill group have a net on, Five Hills does a net down in Texas Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock our time, 3 theirs. But then I found that they have a net on Tuesday night, so I stopped there. I stopped out at our folks out in Oklahoma. Ray was doing the net tonight out there. They are CWA 2-meter night, Tuesday night net. And then our net. So yeah, I had, and they all are using NetLogger. And there was a lot of other nets there too. But yeah, I want to say CD. And yeah, I didn't even use, I didn't go over to WB8 CXO. Didn't even go over to listen to the trivia. I just looked on NetLogger. Because someone else said, you don't know what you're listening to when you listen to that WB8 CXO. So, back it goes, Nick, KSFQV.
All right, Mark. Hopping from net to net as always. I got you down for Charlie and Delta tonight. Stick around to hear the answers. Not too far away. Thanks for stopping by, Mark. Good talking to you. We're going to clear with KC8FQV. And let's talk to Jeff in New Franklin. KF8DTA. How you doing, Jeff? What do you got for us tonight? What are your answers?
Thank you for putting me on the list from the blue screen. I appreciate it. This is KF8DTA. Hang out at the park today. Played radio. Went to Turkey Foot Lake Park, US 1984, and got 55 contacts. Pretty good day. It was a lot of fun. Really nervous at the beginning because I haven't really done that many activations, but it was fun. Got through it, and way more comfortable towards the end. Anyway, I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta. It seems like I'll just go with the herd here. Anyway, back to you guys. KF8, DTA, 73.
KF8DTA, WWKY. Got you down for Charlie and Delta tonight. Look like popular answers, don't they? Congratulations on POTA. 50-plus contacts is no joking matter. It just gets easier once you get going, doesn't it? Thanks for being here, Jeff. We're going to clear with KF8DTA. Go to Florida and see what Chuckles is up to. WB4AIZ, this is W8WKY. How are you, Chuckles? You still out there tonight?
Yes, sir. It's age 56. Local. Oh, doing okay, I guess. Got my ears cleaned out yesterday. And went to a audio, what they call it, ENT place, and had my hearing tested. To say I'm definitely have some hearing loss, and well, the time of life. So we'll see what happens from going forward. But anyways, not a whole lot going on today. I'm glad we had good weather for the the convention. So, anyways, beautiful weather. Everyone take care. It's surprising that I'm here. Well, about my usual time. Before AIZ, back to net.
All right, Chuck, we got your ears cleaned out so you can hear me tonight. Do you want to take a stab at the trivia question?
I'm sorry, did you repeat that, please?
Do you want to answer the trivia question tonight?
Well, the Stones, Scotland, come from Scotland. I cheated. Anyways, I Googled it. So, yep, over.
All right, man, we got you down for Charlie, which is Scotland, and Google. I'll give the answer in a minute or two. Don't run away. Thanks, Chuck. Good talking to you. We're here at WB4AIZ. This is W8WKY. Next on the list, we got Kelly. We're going to find out if he's in Tulsa or Kansas today. KC0LRM, W8WKY. How are you, Kelly? What's your answer?
W8WKY. Thanks for getting in there, Nick. I'll give you my answer before I forget. I know everybody's been going C and D, but that sounds good, but I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit today. I'm going to go D and C. So, when I was getting on here, I pulled up to this restaurant to get some supper and literally pulled into the spot, and just I did, she turned the open light off. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? But yeah, so now I'm sitting in front of Chipotle. I think they'll stay open. So that's all I got. I'll let you get on down the list there, and back to you.
They must have seen you coming, Kelly. They must have seen you coming. I'm sure Chipotle will still make you a burrito the size of your head. Got you down for Delta and Charlie. Way to mix it up tonight, Kelly. I love you. Good talking to you, man. We'll catch you next time. I'm going to clear a KC0LRM. That takes me down to the last guy on my list tonight, KC8NOV, Marty. What you up to, Marty? What are your answers to the trivia question? KC8NOV, W8WKY. You still out there, Marty? All right, nothing heard from Marty there. All right, let's go up here, and I will share the answer to tonight's trivia question with, of course, a little bit of exposition to go with it, if I can find it here on the computer. There we go. All right, tonight's question was, athletes often have specialized equipment or apparel to make them run, swim, skate, or ski their best, but curling takes things to another level. Curling rocks, as the round, roughly 40-pound stones are called, only come from two places on the planet. The choices were Alpha Canada, Bravo Norway, Charlie Scotland, and Delta Wales. The answers are Charlie and Delta. There's a little island in Scotland called Silvercreek that is now a bird sanctuary, and the Trefor Quarry in Wales. As Dave mentioned, he hit it right on the head. There are two main parts to the curling rock, the running surface and the striking surface. The running surface is a ring on the bottom of the rock that skids across the ice, and the latter is a band around the sides of the rock that collides with the other rocks, ideally knocking an opponent's rock off the bullseye or nudging your team's closer to it. Each surface needs specific properties to do its job. This is where Silvercreek and the Trefor Quarry come in. The former has been used for curling stones since the early 19th century, the latter since curling grew in popularity after World War II. As I went down the rabbit hole, they did try some stones from other parts of the world, but they would crack and break too quickly. Canada in particular had some stones that shattered easily, apparently. And of note for fun, curling stones cost around $600 a piece, and they're typically used for 50 to 70 years. So there you go. There's the answer to tonight's question. I'm going to do just one more. Last call here. See if anybody else is out there tonight, just wants to get on the log. W8WKY, I'm listening.
Kilowatt Alpha 8 Whiskey Kilowatt Mobile Akron. I'll be in and out for check-in only.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Papa Bravo, and I'll be in and out.
Whiskey 4 Yankee Sierra Whiskey, Yuri, in and out.
fine business. We had 3 in and outs there at the end. KA8 WWK Paul, KEF8 EPB Brian, and W4 YSW Yuri. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. I'm going to close it out now. I'd like to thank everybody who participated in the Sarah Club Net tonight. We'll be back again to do it next week. Don't forget the Barometer Net every morning except for Sunday at 7 a.m., the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. Don't miss it. Beacon Net, Wednesday and Sunday nights at 10 o'clock. Early check-in start at 9:30. And tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be linking up to the Boredom Breaker Net for the afternoon from 1 to 3. Stop on by if you're out and about. That's all I got tonight, guys. Hope to see a bunch of you Thursday at the meeting. This is KD8SLG. I'm returning the repeater and the call sign, W8WKY, to customary amateur use. Don't forget the WatchNet. Started 4 minutes ago, guys, down on the Millersburg repeater. This is KD8SLG. I'm clear.
We'll catch everyone in the morning. KSFQV.
Yep, I got the Kiwanis thing tomorrow morning, so I'll fire up the barometer around 0800. Look for people then. KA8LYJ. Great net, Nick. Great question.
Thanks, Bob. We'll listen for you in the morning there, buddy. KA8LYJ, KD8SLG, clear.